What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the Winning Mentality YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by Mr. Karim. How are we, mate?
I'm here again.
He's always here at the moment. He's
my family ransom.
He's talking to me more than he's talking to his missus, I reckon. So today we're going to be doing something slightly different. We're going to be doing a tier list with such basic YouTubers. So we've basically got a list. Exactly, we're so basic. We've got a list of Premier League strikers here. We're going to be ranking them from GOAT to D. We like D.
Yeah, we love a bit of D.
Nice.
So we may as well just get straight into it, Karim. We're going to have a little bit of a debate about each one, but some of them may not need any debating, really. So we'll start off with this man here, Mr. Alan Shearer. I think he's got to be GOAT, hasn't he?
Yeah, I feel like he's like in between GOAT and A. Like he's a high end A and like a low end GOAT. It's just because like his goal scoring record is sick, but like as an overall player, I don't know, man.
Like, yeah, he was plighted by injury in his career. But he is the Premier League's all-time top scorer. I don't think you can get anything more than GOAT.
No,
like,
you can't, man.
Yeah, he has to be put in there. So now we have. No, it was pretty obvious there. Andy Cole. Now, he's a player who, until I think he still holds the most goals in a season, but that was over a 42-game season. I think he scored 34 goals. What do you think of Andy Cole?
I'd say he's like I'm gonna say B tier.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's like second or third top scorer in the Premier League history.
Yeah, I'm not sure entirely, but I don't know, man.
He's touch and go. He's not really our era, is he?
It's hard. That's what I mean. It's hard. I didn't see much of his better years.
I'm gonna stick him in A for now. I'm gonna stick him in A because I feel like he scored a lot of goals, and for someone to score 34 goals in a season is crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty.
And he did play for a lot of clubs. Towards the end of his career, he sort of faded out. But Andy Cole, I think we'll put him in A for now, and we'll see what goes on. Carlos Tevez.
Solid C for me.
See,
Wasn't around long enough.
In comparison to the rest of these, I think he could be a D. Like, he was sick. He was sick.
On paper, he's class. Like, no questioning it. Like, I remember when he joined Juventus, and I remember him playing at Juventus, he was class. He had some good moments for City, don't get me wrong. But was he there long enough to make a lasting impression?
And he was excellent at United when he first came. And West Ham, of course.
Oh yeah, I always forget that West Ham stinks. It ended so unceremoniously. I think I'd say C. I'd say he's an upper C.
An upper C or a lower C?
I'm going to say upper C. I'm going to change
my
name to an upper C.
Now this is a weird one here. Dennis Bergkamp. Now, is he a striker?
That's the question, isn't it? Really, that's what we kind of said it before we came on as well. Like, is he a striker? Is he like a?
If it was all-time attacking midfielders, he would be GOAT.
I mean, even if you go onto Wikipedia, it goes originally a wide midfielder. Bergkamp was moved to main striker and then to second striker.
I just don't think you can put him any higher than C because he wasn't a striker. Like he was.
Yeah, based on some of the shit that he did, man. Like it was like almost he was GOAT tier in ability for sure.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he's all-out striker, man. That's the only thing.
In terms of Premier League strikers, Dennis Bergkamp, I don't think can go higher than C because he wasn't a Premier League striker, really.
Yeah, not an all-time striker. When you think of Bergkamp, I've always automatically thought of him as like some sort of cam.
Yeah, I'm putting him above Tevez, but I'm gonna order them in like importance from left to right.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, Bergkamp, I'm gonna go for C. Now this is a tough one. This is one that divides opinion. Didier Drogba. What?
I was a big fan of Drogba, but like he's definitely one of those players where his numbers definitely are a bit deceiving. Obviously, he had I think only a certain amount of seasons where he actually breached double digits of goals, and it wasn't many. But his big game record was absolutely like incredible.
Start of play, he was a brute of a centre forward. I really enjoyed watching him play.
I was a big fan of Drogba. I always liked Drogba. I had a soft spot for Drogba. I'd say I'd probably put him in the A category myself.
I'm thinking slightly towards more B because purely of that goal scoring record. Like he scored a lot of big games. I think he scored in 9 games at Wembley or something.
Yeah, something mental.
But I don't know whether, you know, I think he only breached 20 goals twice, and
That's what I mean.
in comparison to Carlos Tevez, I don't think he scored quite a similar amount of goals to Bergkamp and Tevez, if I'm not mistaken. I think
First in Chelsea, he finished up with 157, but in terms of actually getting 30 plus goals in all competitions in the 8 years that he was there, he breached that tally 3 times, and then in between he had never breached 20.
Exactly. He was a brilliant striker, don't get us wrong, but I think B is the right place for Didier Drogba. Just solid in the middle, you know, because you could always rely on him. Now, Diego...
Breached 30 twice. I misread it.
Yeah.
I'll say there.
Diego Costa.
I'm going to say a solid C, because when that man was on, he was on.
Mate, he was
lower B.
He was just so good. Like, when he was at Chelsea, 2014-15 especially, and 2016-17. Honestly,
Yeah,
especially his first season, like, and Atletico Madrid, he was really good as well, and continues to be an absolute. You really want him on your team. Like, Liverpool were linked with him at one point, and I was just like, yes, please, Costa and Suarez. Imagine that, like, real.
He's a bastard, but he's a kind of bastard. Like, if he's on your team, you absolutely adore him.
I just think I don't know whether to put him like in between Bergkamp and Tevez.
Yeah, I would.
Because he was such a good striker. I really like Diego Costa. Dimitar Berbatov. Now this is one that may divide opinion. For me, he's a B, purely because of his form at Man United was incredible. Like the hat trick he scored against Liverpool in 2010, I want to say, he was a joke. He was lazy, but when he got the ball at his feet, he was a joke.
I mean, his stats weren't awfully bad at United either, to be fair. I mean, he was more than just goals in that sense. He was a bit of an all-round forward. He could do things with the ball that few other forwards can do. And even at Spurs, he was very good as well.
He was excellent at Spurs, wasn't he? That's what. But the thing is, for me, is he reminds me a little bit of Zlatan, a little bit.
Yeah.
Except I think he was probably more technically gifted than Zlatan is. Just probably not as good as goal scorer, if you know what I mean. So I think I put him in B. I'll put him just below Drogba, I think. I think that's a good shout. Now Dion Dublin. Okay. Right.
I don't know much about this guy. I'm going to be straight up honest.
Dion Dublin, well, he hosts Homes Under the Hammer now.
I thought I recognised that bloody face.
He was a very prolific goal scorer at Man United at some points, Aston Villa. I just don't think he compares to any of these. I'm putting him in D. Sorry, Dion.
No, it's fair. I mean, he had a pretty uneventful career outside.
Coventry as well, I think he played for him.
Outside of Villa, yeah. He had a stint at Coventry, Millwall, Leicester.
Millwall!
Norwich. Cambridge United before he joined United and Barnet.
Yeah, so Dwight York. Now York and Cole, what a duo that was. Andy Cole was always the slightly more better goal scorer, I always thought. But where would you stick Dwight York in this list?
I'd say he deserves to go alongside his teammate, whether that would be around, I'd say around the B region, maybe C.
I think he should go in B, to be honest. I think he's just slightly below Cole, but I think he should go in between Berbatov and Drogba. I think that's a decent little one there. Emmanuel Adebayor. Now this is a
D category, that guy is.
Do you reckon?
I think he was too much of a tosser to actually rate him.
He was a tosser, but I tell you what, Arsenal 07-08, he was a hell of a player.
Yeah, he was, but just wasn't consistent enough for me.
He wasn't. No, he had a couple of decent seasons in Man City and one really, really good season at Spurs. But
yeah,
I think I'll put him above Dion Dublin, but he's going in D. Eric Cantona. Eric Cantona's a bit like Bergkamp here, you know.
Yeah, very, very classy player, like on the ball. Obviously, off the ball, bit of a wanker.
Karate kick, man. What a guy.
I mean, I rate that absolutely for sure. If a guy's hassling you like that, then fair enough for booting you in the face. I'd say he's probably like a high B, maybe.
I think B, to be fair, because again, it's a bit like Dennis Bergkamp. He's not 100% a striker. but he was such a brilliant creator. Again, if it was sort of centre attacking midfielders and centre forwards, he would be like GOAT tier alongside Bergkamp. But I think I'm going to put him as a low B. I'm going to put him in between Berbatov and York. Fernando Torres.
I'd say he's quite high up there, definitely.
Would you? Would you actually? Because he only really had 2 good seasons in the Premier League. So I loved him. I loved him. I think there's no reason like we should put him above Diego Costa, because yes, Torres was amazing in his first season at Liverpool and even his second season and third season at Liverpool, but he just wasn't consistent at Chelsea. He didn't do anything hardly at Chelsea for 50 million quid.
Yeah, no, jack shit really.
And he was amazing, and don't get me wrong, but I think I should put him alongside Costa and Tevez and Bergkamp, really. I put him above Costa, but...
yeah, no, I've always, again, another player I had a massive soft spot for was Torres.
Just such a lovely player to watch, and a man crush for all Copites in the late 2000s. Gianfranco Zola. Now,
yeah, another strange one, isn't he?
It's a bit like Cantona and Beckham. He was a mate, honestly. Like, when I watch Premier League years, he's the one player I always want to watch, Gianfranco Zola. When Chelsea were actually likeable. And Gianfranco... he was always a player just really like... I don't know whether I can put him above Bergkamp, you know. I don't think I can. Like...
Yeah, no, I don't
in fact, I'm going to put Bergkamp up to a B. I'm going to put Bergkamp up to a B because that feels bad. I'll put Zola... I'll put Zola in C as well. Where Bergkamp was above Torres, Costa and Tevez, but not quite up to that B level. Now, here's one that may divide opinion. Harry Kane.
Kane's one of those players. I respect what he can do, but I think he's grossly overrated as well.
Where would you stick him in this list?
I want to say B.
See, I'm very tempted to put him in A. Because
he's not won anything, that's the problem.
He's not won anything, but he is playing for Tottenham. Alan Shearer didn't win anything.
Yeah, I know, but like his record speaks for itself, doesn't it? And plus, he was a Don for England in some sense as well. But
so was Harry. You could say Harry Kane is.
I don't know, man. I hate that golden boot so much because it irritates me.
The good old hat trick against Panama.
Deflected or penned, and then a hat trick against Panama. Plus, my other gripe with Harry Kane is I actually don't feel he steps up in big games enough.
No.
So I'd say, for me, it's a B grade. But
I'm going to put him above Drogba. Now, that may annoy a lot of Chelsea fans, but Kane's goal scoring, he's already scored more goals than Drogba. So
yeah, he'll have a boatload of goals, right? If he can keep himself fit between now and the end of his career, and if he stays in the Prem, obviously, which I think he will. I can't see him like fucking off anywhere.
No.
But as long as he stays fit, he'll score. But he'll continue to score depending on. I mean, to be fair, I can see him leaving Spurs at some point.
He could go to like United, City, someone like that.
I can see him at United. I don't know what it is. I can just see him playing for United.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. I think he's definitely B grade. Maybe once he finishes his career, he'll push towards the A. This is one that I really want to push. Ian Wright. Now, I like Wright.
I love Ian Wright. I thought he was I've watched loads and loads of stuff. I watched like all of his goals. He was just a typical like grindy striker. He always used to his pace was electric. I don't know whether to put him in A or B, but he had years before the Premier League where he was just as good. I think he might be a B. You know.
I reckon you could sneak him into A.
So do I. You know. I really do. I really want to do it. But I don't know whether I could put him there and not put Harry Kane in there. Oh, this is what grinds my gears about these videos, man.
Yeah, it's hard. I would put Wright over Kane. Just I think overall as a striker he's better.
Yeah, I'll put Ian Wright in there. Jamie Vardy. Now, hello.
I think he deserves a B, mate. I think he actually deserves a B.
I think he's one of the most underrated strikers in Premier League history. I think he's got 100 Premier League goals now. And he's literally come from nothing and he's become a consistent striker. After scoring 5 goals in his first season, he went on to have that amazing 15-16, an okay 16-17, and then 17-18, 18-19, 19-20. He's been excellent.
I mean, even this year before the postponing of the season, he was pretty good, man. Yeah, he had a bit of a dip around Christmas. That was obviously due to injury and stuff, disrupted rhythm and whatnot. But he's class, man. Like, I think you could definitely stick him in B.
I'm going to stick him in B. I'm going to put him above Berbatov and Bergkamp. And that's no disrespect, Bergkamp fans, but he just wasn't a striker. Don't annihilate me. Jermaine Defoe.
If this was a list of like just players overall, Bergkamp would definitely be probably GOAT tier for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to settle some fans down.
Yeah, please don't hurt me. Cannon for the TV. Jermaine Defoe.
Tricky one, this.
Because it's either C or D.
I think it's C. I think C's fair.
I think a low C because he was consistent.
Defoe's one of those players are going to have a soft spot for. I don't know why.
He was great with that Bradley Lowry kid and stuff like that. And he was really good
for
Sunderland.
He was a really good player for Sunderland. That's what I mean. Like, and it was a shit Sunderland side as well.
He kept them up for like 3 years, 2 years running. He was just like
he carried that club on his back.
He was really good for Spurs in his time there and stuff like that. So I think you've got to. Now I believe this is Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank next. Now,
good old Jimmy.
Now, Jimmy. I think it's got. I see you so good. Ooh.
Yeah, no, so do I, man. So do I.
Jimmy Floyd.
He's got sick name as well. I love his name.
I think we put him at the top of D.
I mean, he's got nearly 200 career goals all in. Obviously, that's for foreign clubs as well. But I mean, that's no mean feat, man.
Bottom of C, top of D.
I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I'll put him above Defoe. I'll put him in C. Now, I thought for a second this was Jonathan Walters, but it's Kevin Phillips. Kevin Phillips, man, he was so good.
I don't have a huge knowledge of Kevin.
Late 90s, he was another level, but he sort of turned into a mediocre. Like,
I mean, 100+ goals for Sunderland again. You can't really sniff at that.
I don't know whether. I just think the way he faded out in the end of his career, I don't think you can put him anywhere above D, because he had.
If you look at his general season, so Sunderland obviously they're the top division then at that point in time.
Yeah.
Had two decent seasons at Southampton, then a terrible-ish season at Villa. 2 good seasons for Brom in the Championship. A good season for Birmingham in the Championship, and then 2 pre-average seasons in the Prem again. Back down to the Championship for the next 3 years, and then back in the Prem where he scored no goals for Palace.
Yeah, I think he's a top of D, but I think he's a D.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
So up next, Les Ferdinand, I believe. Very, very decent striker. Scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, his time at Spurs was very, very good. Newcastle United, he was part of that really great Newcastle team. I'd be tempted to put him in B,
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
Great, really cracking striker. I'll put him at the bottom of B, but I'm putting him in B. Now, this is where it gets.
Come to the big boy.
This is where it gets saucy. Luis Suarez.
Pure ability, probably one of the best strikers of the last 20 years, easily.
The only issue is he had 2 good seasons in the Premier League. This is where
there is that problem. But those 2 seasons were absolutely insane.
It's like 13-14 was the greatest individual season I've ever seen in the Premier League. Like it was
absolutely bonkers. Like I've not seen many players play that well.
And I haven't watched it live. Like I've never seen a player like it.
I mean, even 12-13, he was still class, man. Like,
He was. I just for 13-14, I want to put him in A.
I'd say A. As much as I hate Luis Suarez, I think he's an absolute tosser. He definitely, as a footballer, is an absolutely marvellous player.
Next up, we've got Mark Hughes. Now, he's a man who played a little bit before the Premier League as well.
Yeah, before both of our times.
Another one before both of our times, but I think I'd say C. I'm gonna say C for Mark Hughes. I'm gonna put him just below Diego Costa. I think that's
mainly because we don't really know of his exploits that well.
Mark Viduka. Crikey, Mark. Bloody hell, mate. Mark Viduka and Leeds United. He was sick. He was sick.
Yeah, again, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
I don't think we can put him in C and then put Defoe in C as well. Like, if we have to put him in C if Defoe's in there.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I'd say that's fair.
I'm gonna put him in there. I'm gonna put him just by doing Defoe. Ooh, now then, Michael Owen, one of the most naturally gifted footballers of his generation, and especially in his earlier years, he was one of, if not the best player in the world. Michael Owen.
The seasons for Liverpool were absolutely very impressive.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Since after that, he petered off badly.
Injuries, like, he didn't want to leave Liverpool and he wanted to come back, but he just didn't. It didn't happen for him. And he scored a couple of goals for Man United, and people hate on him for it, but I can't hate him because of what he did for our club. So.
No, you can't hate on him simply because of how much he achieved in those first,
exactly.
few years at Liverpool.
And he is the reason why my middle name is Owen as well. So, there you go. People know. Oh, shit. I think B. I think a B because of the way he petered off at the end of his career.
He annoys me as much as I don't like him.
Absolutely. Now, Nicholas Anelka. Right.
The man that's famous against slapped in the face with Patrick Vieira's schlonger.
Absolutely. It's got a golden boot to his name, but it was only for 19 goals.
It was.
I can't not put him in D. I'm sorry, Nicholas.
Yeah, he falters to deceive, like, big time. Like, yeah, that one season at Chelsea was very good. But after that, what did you do?
Pretty much like that, isn't it? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
The super sub, the baby-faced assassin.
The Norwegian...
PE teacher.
The PE teacher himself. The Norwegian Fergie.
Sorry, player, man. I did quite like Ole as a player.
Is he more than Mark Viduka, though? Really?
I mean, his numbers aren't, to be sniffed at. They're pretty good. Considering that he was a substitute.
I just want to batter his face.
I do want to slap him in the face. He's got a very slappable face. I don't condone violence. I'm not saying.
Yeah, we do not condone violence. It's hypothetical.
Just in case anyone thinks I'm like a violence-induced crazy man.
Yeah.
I mean, 126 goals for Manchester United in his career. It's a pretty good record.
Can you put him above Mark Viduka though? Like, really?
I think so, man. I think so.
Is he a C then? Do you reckon, or a B?
I'm gonna say B.
I'm gonna put him lowest B possible. Now, I get another one. Like one of the best goal scorers to ever grace the English game, Robbie Fowler. Man, I don't know if
one of the most unbearable people to listen to in the world. Oh my god. If you've not listened to him speak, just go and watch his What I Wore on BT Sport. I love that series. I couldn't watch it for more than 5 minutes when he was on it because he just drove me mad.
But honestly, what a brilliant, fantastic player. And a massive character for the game. Now, I think he got 160 odd goals for Liverpool.
He did.
And he came back. Obviously, he played Man City and Leeds as well. Oh, B or A.
171 goals for Liverpool in his first stint. That's quite the record.
B or A.
On top of that, he had 2 20-plus goal seasons as well in the Prem.
Only 2?
Only 2 where he got 25 plus.
Oh, wow.
But if I rattle off his goals quickly from the Prem, 12, 25, 28, 18, 9, 14, 3, 8, 3.
I mean, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good, he petered off a little bit, but it's still pretty impressive. And then had a season at Leeds where he got double digits at 12, a season at City where he got double digits. And then in his second stint at Liverpool, he didn't really play that much. So
no.
Can you really for that?
I'm tossing and turning between B and A, man.
I'm going to say A because his first stint at Liverpool was so bloody impressive.
Especially in his mid-90s. I'll put him at the bottom of A. At the bottom of A. Robbie Keane. Another Liverpool player, and a player that I had on the back of my shirt for 6 months. Yeah.
He was a good player.
He was.
A good player.
Was he? Is he C-worthy? Is he?
Yeah, I'd say he's a solid C.
I reckon he's Defoe. He's Defoe level, isn't he? Really.
Yeah, solid C. Yeah, he was very good for Spurs.
He's really decent little player. RVP, Robin van Persie. I think you have to put him in A. When he came to Anfield for Arsenal in I think 2011-12, he scored twice.
Scary player, man.
I've never seen a player like him. It was a joke. Like, he completely dominated our team. We were rubbish at that time, but he just completely and utterly, like, as a striker, his movement. We were like right at the top as well, so we could see everything. And
plus that one season where he notched 30 for Arsenal as well.
He was a joke. If injuries unfortunately stopped him reaching his full potential, I think, and making that longer. I'm going to put him above Robbie Fowler, but in A, because he was a really, really good player. I loved him.
I mean, what's mental is he actually was consistently, great for United as well in those 3 seasons he was there, getting double digits in the Prem every season.
Yeah, so fair enough. Like, he got a cracking player, and sort of won Man United the league, I think, in 12-13. Romelu Lukaku.
This is an interesting one, isn't it? This is an interesting one.
Now, for me, if you remove all of the just keep it to stats, right? Keep it to stats right now. He's an A.
Yeah, just based on purely on stats, he's an A. His numbers are impressive.
I think he was either the youngest or the second youngest to 100 Premier League goals. Like,
the fact he's got 100 Prem goals is mad.
I just don't know.
He's only 26 years old at the time of recording.
And how's he doing at Juventus this season? I haven't really been keeping up with him as much. Inter Milan, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, definitely playing for Juventus.
Yeah, sorry.
He's got 23 goals and 35 apps.
So again,
a record can't be sniffed at.
But he was a donkey.
On the ball, he's got donkey habits, but man, in front of goal, that guy can put it in the net.
I think he's got to go at the bottom of A.
Yeah, definitely. Bottom of A, maybe a B.
I'm going bottom of A. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Oh, I love Ruud van Nistelrooy. Love a bit of Ruud.
It's tough.
His season at United was so... his stint at United was so good.
Oh man, he was so good.
150 goals. I love watching him, his highlights and stuff now and again. I mean, 20 plus goals in every season bar one at United. Just in the league, mind you.
He's got to be an A, hasn't he?
Got to be an A.
I'll put him above Lukaku. I'll put him above Fowler as well. I love Robbie Fowler, but he's next to RVP. So Sergio Aguero. Can you have more than one? Can you have more than one go? I think we can.
Yeah, he's definitely going to.
Is he the greatest foreigner to grace the Premier League? Who knows? Maybe we'll see in the next few.
It's between him and Omri.
It is. We'll go. Just one of the most devastating strikers you can find.
Unbelievable.
Now Teddy Sheringham, in the early Premier League years, he was a striker. Now, as it developed on, he wasn't. But he was lethal for Spurs. And he was really good for United, and as a sort of a squad player with experience. And he also went on to play for West Ham, I believe. He took a penalty in the 06 final. But
he played for Portsmouth at one point.
Oh, beast. C for Teddy?
Yeah, I'd say C for...
I think I'll put him next to Torres and Costa. I think that's fair enough. Okay. So Thierry Henry, past Karim. What are we going for?
Oh, good old Thierry. He's got to go goat tier, man.
He has. There's no.
It's not even a debate.
Oh, Thierry Henry. just a
I
joke.
love Thierry. Man. As much as he pisses me off as a pundit, I love Thierry on this.
Oh, I liked him as a pundit. He was like very cool, you know.
I think he's too biased and he chats a lot of shit. And the other thing is, I hate how much of a lick arse he is to Barcelona, considering I always say this as well. Thierry was not a great Barcelona player. He's not a legend of that club. He's just not.
No.
He's an Arsenal legend through and through, but definitely not a legend outside of that. But yeah, no, in terms of Premier League contributions, definitely goes here.
Now then, our final one. This is, I think, one of the toughest ones in the whole list.
I absolutely agree. It's very hard.
Do I put him in goal, Haas? Do I do it? Haas?
Sorry. Yeah, my mic was making weird noises. You have to. Yeah, I think you kind of have to put him in GOAT tier, man.
I'll put him in the bottom of GOAT. In fact, I'm going to put Henry above Aguero, controversially.
No, I'd say it's fair. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. No.
But then here's the last debate we're going to have: Henry or Shearer?
Henry for me.
Do we do it? I think we do.
Long sleeves, black gloves. The game was over.
So there we go. There is our tier list, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't agree with me and Haas, put it in the comments section. I don't know how you can't agree, really. I think it was very, very fair and, reasoned. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty reasonable.
And yeah, go subscribe. Please subscribe. We want to hit 150 by the end of April. You know what? We're growing as a small community and family, and we will see you next time.